After discussing lucena and Philidor position for the Rook endgame, this is a one more interesting position to understand. It's white to play, and if you can see, white have an extra pawn. White pawns are moving downwards, so white can easily promote to a queen. But if black knows how to move it properly, it's a draw. It's a dead draw. Let's see how. For now, if you can see, the black rook is controlling both the pawn and it is also keeping the king in the last rank. Now, if you can see, the black king is perfectly placed on the g7 square. Black do not need to move its king unless and until is necessary. If you think white can move its rook, the answer is no, because the black rook is attacking on the pawn. So white will not move its rook. Let's say white move its king to the f1. If black move its king to anywhere, suppose he move its king to the f6. The only possible thing the white can do is move its rook to the f8, give a check, king goes to the g7 to attack back on the rook, but the only problem is pawn immediately promotes and now king cannot capture the rook, so black has to capture the queen and white can simply capture the rook. White is one rook ahead and you know how to give checkmate with one rook. One more thing, if white moves king to the f1 and if black thinks he can move its king to the f7, the answer is no, because the white rook goes to the h8. Black looks capture the pawn on the a7, white can give check from the h7, king goes to the e6 or maybe doesn't matter g8, white can simply capture the black rook. So even you cannot move your king to the f7. After moving its king to the f1, black simply goes to the a1 and giving a check to the white king. Remember, a1 is a very important square for the black rook. Now if you can see, white start moving towards the pawn, black continuously giving the white check from this particular side. We keep on doing this. Black rook giving white a continuous series of checks. After this, king goes to the c7. Remember one more important thing. b7 and the b6 is very important square, because if king manages to go b7 and b6, then he can support the white pawn. And now previously the white rook is guarding the white pawn, now king is guarding the white pawn, so white can move its rook out. So important thing you need to remember is, as soon as white king come closer to b7 or the b6, black should immediately move its rook to the a1. Now king goes to the b7 and we start giving check from the upward sides. See, again the same thing happens. King try to run away, but we can simply giving check from the upsides, so there is nothing to worry. King go anywhere, it doesn't matter, we can still giving check from the upward sides. Now king try to come closer to the rook from upward sides, but from this position black has to be very careful. White is under check and white move its king to the c3. Do you see? Do you think the black rook should give check by going to the c1? The answer is no. If you think yes, then let's see what happens. If black move its rook to the c1 and try to give a check, remember this line very carefully. We want a control on this line. King goes to the b2 and now black will lose his control on the a1 square. Black rook has to go away and he cannot give check from the c2 or the b1, otherwise black will lose his rook. So black immediately move its rook away from the king. White can simply give check. It's a force move for the black to capture the rook, and white can simply promote to the queen and again give a check. So the answer is, whenever king comes closer into this line, remember, if you have access of b2 square, the white king have access of b2 square, you will not give check from this distance, because after this you will lose control on a1 square and white will manage to win. So as soon as white moves king to the c3, Black immediately go to the a1 and still controlling the pawn on the a7. White move its king to the c4. Now doesn't matter, we can give check from the side. Now white king goes to the c5. Do you think black rook goes to the a5 and give check from there? The answer is no, because then king will simply go to the b6. Let's see first. If you try to give check from the a5, king will go to the b6. Now white king is attacking on the rook, and same way he is also guarding the pawn. So black rook has to go to the a1. White move its rook to the d8. Again black start giving the check, but this time this will not work, because sooner or later he has to go away from the king, and white manages to promote. Even if black rook captures the rook, doesn't matter, white have an extra queen. So if king goes to the c5, rook will not go to the a5 and give check. Instead of doing that, black rook again goes to the a1 and keep control on the pawn. King will go to the b5, and now we can start giving check from the upwards, and we don't have any problem in it. So now black can continuously giving check to the white king. As far as king is away from the b6 and the b7 square or the b2 square, we have nothing to worry. So if you know from the beginning very well how to control the b7 and the b6 as well as the b2 square, black can make this position into a draw. Please subscribe to our channel for the more informative videos related to chess.